Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Bristol Motor Speedway for some dirt racing action here in the 2020 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. We're gearing up for the 7th race of the season. After tonight, 20 races left in the year altogether and 13 to go to the playoffs. On the front row for tonight's race is Henry Sanford and Leland Fief. Row 2 is part-time Cup driver Quinton Moore with R.J. Bishop. Row 3, Bradley Ream and L.J. Toledo. Row 4 is the truck that won this race last year, this time though with a different driver. That's Matthew Logan behind the wheel. Next to him, 2019 champion Logan York. And in row 5, it's Dylan Thomas and Colt Hudson. The defending winner of this race is Nate Rogers. He's been splitting time in the 54 truck with Nico Tringali. Nico will be driving that truck tonight. Nate won by just under 2 seconds over Joshua Osborne 1 year ago, where 25 trucks finished on the lead lap and everyone finished the race. Back in 2018 is when we used to have yellow flags on short tracks. That race saw a total of 7 cautions. In what was an 80-lap event, Jonathan Zorlin won by 0.2 of a second over Edwin Mendez. We saw 27 trucks finish on the lead lap, with 33 finishing overall, and that was back in 2018. So last year's race was 70 laps, this year's race 70 laps, and we'll see what happens here tonight. R.J. Bishop was fastest in practice. He starts 4th. Priya McShane was fastest in happy hour. She starts 24th. The last 2 weeks we've seen, or the last few races rather, we've seen James Ellison go on a tear. Auto Club Motordrome Martinsville, 2nd place every race. And most recently to Andrew Rich, who is the first driver to hit 2 wins on the year. And that catapults Andrew Rich back into the top 10 in points. He goes from 22nd in points to 7th. With that 2nd win on the year. Rich now with 2 wins, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s. So that average finish of 21st place, man, through 6 races rather. Through 6 races, but he's still 7th in the point standings. Ellison, top of the points board, average finish of 11th. Only has a 62-point lead over Rich due to Rich having 2 wins. So it's crazy what wins can do for you here in the Truck Series. We'll get to the rest of the point standings in a moment as we're getting ready for the Command Fire engines.
Y'all come say it with me. Drivers, start your engine!
So let's look at the rest of the point standings really quickly here before the green flag. Bishop 2nd, Henry Sanford that is 3rd. Friesen 4th with a win. Carrillo 5th with a win. Toledo in 6th. Baranowskis 8th. We mentioned Andrew Rich in 7th. Jeremiah Dwayne 9th and Colt Hudson 10th. Donovan Cage is outside the top 25 with his win. He is 28th in the point standings. And coming into tonight, as if I could move my mouse please, Nate Rogers sits 12th in points. Ace Rogers sits 18th in points, and they are 2 starts less than the rest of the field. Neither of them in the field tonight. Zach Rogers behind the wheel of the 2 truck. As we are green at Bristol Dirt. 1 year ago, we saw just 1 driver get spun out. So we'll see if similar things happen here tonight. Again, caution flags, they're not happening. We don't do that here on short tracks. As there are crazy 3-wide action at the back of the field. Right now, Henry Sanford in the lead, Bradley Ream in 2nd, and Matthew Logan in 3rd. As here comes Logan York diving hard on the inside line. And it looks like York's got a pretty good truck as he drives right on by Matthew Logan with ease. York looking for what would be his 3rd career win, tying Cup Series drivers Dylan Young and Charles Sanford, who are tied at the top of the board, as Bradley Ream takes the lead away from Henry Sanford. Andrew Rich got his 2nd win in the Truck Series at Martinsville. That puts him tied 3rd with Logan York and several other drivers who have 2 wins in series history, as someone just got turned down on the inside line of the back straightaway, and they are smoking whoever it is. Big crash. Elijah Gordon, Cole Baker, Baran Oscus, Zach Rogers, Jack James, and Greg Torres. Huge wreck as they're stopped in turn 3. Logan York going for the lead, and he's just going to miss Jack James, who just disappeared. Zach Rogers in the way, drivers scattering all over the place. Ooh, and Leland Fief making contact with the 2 as Bishop almost turns Michael Markle in the 45, and Henry Sanford, was that Henry Sanford or Gene Sanford? No, that's the 8 of Gene Sanford, who went down pit road. And is that the 48 of James Ellison? Did the 48 just come out of pit road? He might have just been going around the racetrack low. Indeed he is. James, oh my goodness, the 48 of James Ellison started in 35th, and within 10 laps, he's made his way into the top 10. Oh my goodness gracious. He's in 5th in just 9 laps. That's incredible. Peter Onjak, I believe, just came out of pit road a lap down. I believe there might have been a secondary incident with him and some others. As we're seeing Gene Sanford, Edwin Mendez, Peter Onjak are all several laps down. Cole Baker, Elijah Gordon, and Jack James are out of the race. As Greg Torres, Audra Baranowskis, Larry Hagan, I believe is that the 97 of Larry Hagan? No, who's in the 97 now? Logan Gentry. I was thinking of last year. Logan Gentry in the 97. As I'm believing we might be having more accidents. No, I don't know. Anyways, Logan York is in the lead. Bradley Ream in 2nd. Donovan Cage has moved up to 3rd. Quinton Moore 4th, and James Ellison 5th. So Ellison, despite starting very poorly, is going to pass Quinton Moore for 4th place. Could tonight be the night? We're probably not going to see any pit stops here at Bristol. It looked like Logan York had the fast truck, but looking at the lap times, it's James Ellison with a 14.474, Sam Young a 14.475, and the 98 of Bishop with a 4.94. Those are the top 3 trucks. And Ellison is already passing Bradley Ream for 2nd place. Sam Young sits in 7th with Bishop right behind him in 8th. So those 2 are having great nights as well. Again, we will look at all incidents at the conclusion of the event. No one new has dropped out of the race, and there definitely will be lap traffic. Logan Gentry, the first one. Torres, Baran Oscus, we saw a lap down truck on Mendez there. And Adam Flickinger, 9.5 seconds back from the leader. And then the field is bunched back up once again. As here on lap 18, it's defending champ Logan York being chased down by the hottest driver in the truck series right now. James Ellison has finished 2nd. The last 3 races. Is tonight the day he gets the W. He's running in 2nd place yet again, as we're already 19 of the 70 laps down. As York will go to put Gentry a lap down, and Ellison almost ended his night coming off of turn 2. Bradley Ream will pass Donovan Cage back for 3rd. Quinton Moore holding in 5th. Moore's done a pretty good job in his races with this 3 truck. In 2 races, Moore has accumulated 63 points, and that's not bad. That's the 34 of Toby McCoy, who we have not really talked about all season. He's running in 6th, Sam Young 7th, RJ Bishop 8th, Michael Markle is 9th, and Dylan Thomas rounds out the top 10. There's your winner from Martinsville, Andrew Rich in 11th, about to be passed by Max Anderson. So we go back up to the front of the field. Logan York and James Ellison continuing to put more drivers, more laps down. That's Edwin Mendez, who will go a 5th lap down in 38th place. And there's Ellison. He's peeking underneath Logan York, looking for that race lead. They've pulled up to about a second over Donovan Cage, who passed Ream back again for third. Can Ellison get there? He's looking to the inside of Logan York here on lap 26. To the inside of Logan York goes James Ellison. And to the race lead he goes for the fourth race in a row. Well, minus the Motordrome. He never led at the Motordrome. But Auto Club, Martinsville, we saw Ellison in the lead for a majority of the race, just to lose it right at the end. Will that happen tonight? I'm not sure. Bishop and Sam Young are the next top two on that lap time board, including the 02 of Carter Friesen, who ran a 4.96. Where is the 02 running? He is down in 23rd, or 21st rather, 7+ seconds back. As just after passing Logan York, James Ellison is pulling away inch by inch. But lap traffic will definitely be an issue, as he is catching Gene Sanford and Greg Torres. Gene 5 laps down, not having a good race here in her part-time rookie campaign. As the next time we'll see Charles Sanford in this machine is at Talladega, which is the 10th race of the schedule. And that'll begin a 3-race, or a 5-race streak of Charles Sanford being in the truck. Dega, Charlotte, Pig Stadium, Pukekohe, and Indianapolis, before Gene is allowed back in the truck at Nazareth at the 15th race of the season. So for now, Gene just getting all the experience she can. We'll see her at the next 2 races of Springfield and Kansas. And now Ellison opening up over a 1-second lead on Logan York. Now the only thing probably preventing Ellison from getting that elusive first career Jerky Pro Truck Series win is lap traffic. So we have not seen an incident since that early one in the race, which we will definitely be taking a look at the end of the event. Now remember, looking at race history, last year was the first race with no caution flags, and we saw 25 trucks finish on the lead lap. Everyone finished. Now this year, of course, 3 DNFs for sure, but how many will be on the lead lap at the conclusion of the event? Zach Rogers just going 2 laps down as Ellison catches Torres. 25th place is roughly 5 seconds ahead of Ellison. Let's look at the rest of the field as Ellison's having a field day with these guys. Logan York, your defending champion, in second. Was likely hoping to get his first win of 2020. It looks like he might have to wait another week at the very least. Donovan Cage, who won back at Rockingham, currently running third. Remember, Cage is 28th in the points coming into tonight, needing this good run to crack back into the top 25 to be on the playoff grid with his win from Rockingham. Fourth on the track is the highest part-time driver of Quinton Moore in the 3, as someone's on pit road. Who is that someone? That is the 24 of Baran Oscus. Unsure what happened to the 24 truck. Ellison still leads. 5th place is Bradley Reams. 6th, RJ Bishop, who we saw fastest in practice. Toby McCoy in 7th. Sam Young 8th. Max Anderson having a good night in 9th. As father and son Keith Rich, Andrew Rich are fighting for 10th place. Baran Oscus will come back out onto the track. Rich will take 10th place away from Keith. LJ Toledo running in 12th. He was the fastest truck, I believe, back at Martinsville. He played catch up all day just to finish in the top 5. Michael Markle 13th, battle for 14th between Dylan Thomas and pole sitter Henry Sanford. Dylan Ibrahimian 16th, Hillary Sanchez 17th, Yale Carrillo, I always forget which one it is. He's in 18th. As Leland Fief is back up to 19th, I believe he dipped from 2nd back earlier in the race. Casey Nanako 20th, Carter Friesen 21st, Priya McShane 22nd, Hudson 23rd, Turner 24th, Jeff Toledo is 25th. Jeremiah Dwayne 26th. Cody Rhodes 27th. Nico Tringali not having a good night. He's 28th. Benjamin Ice is 29th. Lucas Catano in 30th. Matthew Logan 31st. As Adam Flickinger is 32nd, just ahead of race leader James Ellison, who now has a 2-second lead over Logan York, as Ellison almost hooked the lap truck of Edwin Mendez. It's definitely the lap traffic that is hindering James Ellison here tonight so far. Let's go on board the roof camera of the 48 for a lap, as someone I think just came out of pit road. I believe that's the 8 of Gene Sanford. And it is indeed the 8 of Gene Sanford, as Ellison will put her another lap down after just getting by Adam Flickinger. So it's down to 31 trucks. Matthew Logan, 31st, will leave 30 on the lead lap. Again, remember the record fewest from last year, 25. From 2018, it was 27. And Ellison will officially make it 30 left on the lead lap, as no one is showing any signs of cutting down James Ellison's lead. And he has been the fastest truck as far as fast lap time goes. Max Anderson 5th on the board, Cage 6th, Hudson 7th, Sanchez is 8th, Toledo 9th, with Ibrahimium 10th on the board. Several drivers never getting a chance to run a good lap, like Jack James, Gene Sanford, Logan Gentry, and Edwin Mendez, all 15 seconds or slower, as Ellison will put his teammate a lap down. That's Lucas Catano running in 30th. 16 to go at the start-finish line, and it's looking like Ellison will set a new record for fewest trucks on the lead lap tonight at Bristol. But man, what can we say about Ellison so far this season? Through 6 races, 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s, an average finish of 11th. His average starting position is only 22nd, but he has done amazing things this season so far, as his teammate's going to unlap himself here. Let's just go back and look at the season Ellison had in what was his second year. 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s in 15 races, with an average finish of 16th and an average starting position of 19th. Now that starting position is going down after tonight. He started 35th, but he's leading this race, and there's a rock right in front of him, and he makes it through, barely. I didn't even have time to see who was in that, but Ellison made it through. There's several drivers on pit road. Ellison out of the groove in turn 3, and they're still wrecking on the apron and on the front straightaway. And his lead has dropped to 1.2 seconds now over Logan York. But as I was saying, Ellison's still now more top 5s this year than last year, and he could be at 5 top 10s already if he gets this win and survives these last 10 laps. Anyone falling out of the race here? I saw black smoke. That is Gene Sanford. Dylan Thomas is confirmed out of the race. So we had another wreck, and we are down to 20 on the lead lap now, so the record has been made. I have no idea who was in that incident, but I see a lot of trucks on pit road, and Ellison just squeaked by. Nico Tringali out of the race. Dylan Ibrahimium has retired. So that's 3 trucks right there. Keith Rich coming back on the racetrack. 4 laps down, looking to be 5 laps down. Ellison, be careful here. Do not push your luck. You are 7 laps away from a win. Ellison looking to be in good shape unless disaster strikes again for the 48. He's got a 1.4 second lead over Logan York. Quinton Moore's up the 3rd, Cage 4th, Bishop 5th, McCoy, Anderson, Ream, Toledo, Andrew Rich, that's the top 10. Only 19 trucks on the lead lap, so only Thomas, Tringali, and Ibrahimian retired from that event. Oh, nope, there goes Henry Sanford in the 87. He was involved. So a good night gone bad for the 87. But we will have 2 accidents to look at so far. 4 laps to go for James Ellison. Can he finally get his first career Jerky Pro Truck Series win? Or does disaster strike again? Sam Young is very slow. He must have been involved too. He's down to 19th now. Ellison behind Jeremiah Dwayne. You can see there is some door damage on the 48 from missing that second wreck. And he puts Dwayne a lap down here. It'll be 17 on the lead lap. But that doesn't really matter now. We're coming to the white flag. James Ellison is in the lead. Will he finally get it done? Jeremiah Dwayne's on his quarter panel. Oh man, that was dangerous for a second. But it's over. 3 second place finishes in a row and now a win. James Ellison can call himself an NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series winner as he gets it done at Bristol Dirt. Amazing. And the standings officially show him retiring from the event, which means it likely will not show up in the standings of Score 4, but he won this race. Undoubtedly won this race. 17 finish on the lead lap. Logan York will finish second. Donovan Cage third. Bishop fourth. Moore fifth. McCoy sixth. Anderson seventh. Toledo eighth. Ream ninth. And Andrew Rich rounds out the top 10. So we have 2 wrecks to look at. But first off, again, James Ellison ends the 3 straight second place finishes. He gets his first win of the year, his 5th top 5, and his personal best tying 5th top 10 through just 7 races on the schedule. And we'll see how good Ellison does at the next track on the schedule, another dirt track, Springfield. But first, we've got 2 wrecks to look at, so let's get to that. All right, here's incident number 1, lap 5 with Dylan Thomas. And we're going to see him get hooked here by Michael Marco. Now, this is on lap 5. Damn, Ellison was actually right behind this, and Gordon actually got turned by Max Anderson, too. Oh, that was the main contact. And Zach Rogers was spun out as well. So Gordon and Zach Rogers were the 2 drivers to get spun out. The 2 gets hit first by Baranauskas, and Onjak gets clipped. Cole Baker had nowhere to go, piles into the 2. So that's that wreck. Greg Torres gets spun out by Keith Rich. Elijah Gordon gets hit by, I believe, I don't even know. There's so much going on here. Let's see, who does Elijah Gordon get hit by? Oh, it's the 8 of Gene Sanford right there. And then Mendez gets sliced. Jeff Toledo, Ibrahimian barely missing. Logan Gentry has nowhere to go. Jack James hit the 11 of Cole Baker. And then Adam Flickinger just is going to slow down enough to get through this. So that was that wreck. And we saw the leaders almost nail Jack James. So what happened after that? Was that just trucks going down pit road? I'm going to assume it was just trucks going down pit road. Yep, that's Gene Sanford, Benjamin Ice, and Edwin Mendez all came down pit road instantly. And we saw the leaders coming here. They barely squeaked their way through Jack James. All right, so that's incident number 1. Let's go find incident number 2. All right, so this wreck actually starts going into turn 1, the whole proceeding of events here, if you will. Now, Baranauskas has come out of pit road. They did something to her truck to give her more cornering strength here. She dives it in 3 wide, brushes against Ibrahimian, and that puts Ibrahimian into the 2 of Zach Rogers, who was also several laps down. Now that cost Ibrahimian 14th. And then they're coming off a turn 4, and I guess Ibrahimian just didn't know Rogers was right on his quarter panel, because he comes up the track and gets himself turned. And then right there, that spins the 12 back into the middle. Sanchez has nowhere to go. And then Dylan Thomas, right into the back bumper of Dylan Ibrahimian. And we've got another wreck in turn 3. Now the question is, where does this continue? Oh, it's Nico Tringali had nowhere to go, right into the 12. Colt Hudson gets clipped and spun out himself. And there's Ellison scraping against his teammate to miss this. And then Logan York barely misses that. Torres gets in it with the 54. More lead lap trucks barely squeak by. Toby McCoy clips the 54. Anderson missing this. Oh man, look at how close they're coming to the 54 truck here. Oh, Sam Young gets into the back of... Oh, come on, man. Sam Young gets into the back of Dylan Thomas. Sanford had actually stopped for the truck that was stalled there, and then Keith Rich has nowhere to go, and he has to stop for Thomas. There's the 45. Michael Markle gets into the 8. Sanford, in turn, spins the 45 around, and that killed the 87's engine instantly. That took Michael Markle out of 13th. Keith Rich is just chilling, just lost all his positions. Dylan Thomas's truck is dead. Right here, Keith is like, come on, are you going to go? Or I guess I'm going into pit road to get around you. So Keith gave up a ton of positions for that. And then Michael Markle got it back going, but he lost a ton of track position too. You see Keith Rich had to probably serve a penalty there as well. But that was all the incidents. So again, congratulations in order to the 48 of James Ellison on his first career NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series win. I will see you guys tomorrow night for the Digital Storm Cup Series event here. Here are your official race results and point standings.